Another round of applause for Alyonka. And keep it going for Kenny. Kenny S., here he comes. All right, we did it.
Gosh, you have a beautiful voice. I really can't believe I have to follow that. All right. So I was raised in Orange County, California, in a very, very Catholic, very conservative household. I'm neither one of those things. But we were taught to fear the rest of the world. Like when I was a junior in high school, my parents asked me where I wanted to apply to college. And I said, UC Santa Cruz and UC Berkeley. And they said, no, those schools are too liberal. Heaven forbid I learn empathy, but I wanted to get out in that world. So when I graduated from film school, I did what every film school graduate does. I packed up all my stuff and I moved to Los Angeles, New York City. I moved to New York City because my girlfriend at the time wanted to move to New York for theater and I wanted to be with her. So my flight to move to New York City was set to leave on September 12th, 2001. Yeah, that flight got canceled. And my parents took this as an opportunity to try to convince me one last time to not go. They were like, it's not safe, you're not gonna make it. And I was thinking, Mom, have you not heard the song? If I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. So 3 weeks later, I got on a train from Fullerton, California, all the way to New York City. Well, Newark, but ugh. And within 2 days of arriving in New York, I was working as a production assistant on an independent feature. Now, cut to day 3 of this shoot. It's a night shoot, 11 p.m. call, and we're shooting underneath the 59th Street Bridge in Long Island City, Queens. And we have to shoot a series of scenes in front of a strip club on a street that is all strip clubs. Every single building is a strip club. And my job is to sit on the corner and stop anybody from walking through while we're filming. So we start filming, and almost immediately a woman walks up to me, and she's dressed a little inappropriate for the weather, and she wants to get by, and I explained to her that, she has to wait a second, and she gets upset saying that I'm preventing her from working. And I tell her that, well, we're shooting a movie, and her mood instantly shifts. And she says, ooh, what kind of movie? And she takes her finger and runs it down my chest like this. And I was thinking, working late at night, this thing. Oh, Amy, her name was Amy, is a sex worker. And of course she is. This is like the best place to work. It is a row of strip clubs. Dudes come out all horned up, and then Amy just swoops on in, right? It's like shooting fish in a barrel. Except I am now blocking that barrel. Cock blocking, if you will. So in less than a week, I've gone from the suburbs of Orange County to underneath the 59th Street Bridge at 1 o'clock in the morning trying to stop a sex worker from walking onto set, all for $100 a week. Take that, Mom and Dad. Director calls cut. I let Amy through. We keep shooting, and another woman walks up. Another woman walks up, and another, and they're all dressed inappropriately for the weather. And I can hear my mom saying, like, Kenny, what are you doing? But I somehow have become the sex worker whisperer because I'm able to keep the peace, everybody in check. And just as I think I can't take on any more, a 15-passenger van comes screaming around the corner. And now 15-passenger vans are very prevalent on film sets, so I think this is one of ours. But I learned very quickly that it's not, because Amy and all of her friends start scattering. I see a woman dive into a bush, another one do a barrel roll behind a car. I saw a woman sprinting in 7-inch heels because this van was an NYPD undercover sting. The doors flew open, 4 men jump out and just start grabbing people, and there's kicking and screaming and yelling, and as quickly as that van appeared, boom, it is gone. And I was thinking, holy shit, were my parents right? Should I not have done this? And then, just as I think I'm going to probably quit and go home, somebody on the speaker says, Kenny, what's going on? And I, without hesitation, just go, all clear, because it was. Everything was clear. I mean, the world is crazy, but that's what's great about it. And so I learned a lot that night underneath the 59th Street Bridge. I learned that the Simon and Garfunkel song, the 59th Street Bridge song, AKA Feeling Groovy, is full of shit. I learned who has two thumbs and knows how to wrangle sex workers, this guy. But mainly, what I learned is that I think a lot of the stress of that night would have been avoided if my parents had just let me go to UC Santa Cruz. Go banana slugs. Thank you.
Kenny, the sex worker whisperer. Give it up for Kenny. Yeah.